So Nigel Farage has had a milkshake thrown over him after launching his election campaign in Essex. In case it slipped by you in the media and the news somehow, Nigel Farage has decided to stand as MP for Clacton-on-Sea as leader of Reform UK. Now, as he was leaving a Wetherspoons, a 25-year-old woman wearing a grey hooded jumper threw a milkshake over him and then walked away. She's since been arrested along with somebody else at the scene for something else. And this is not the first time that someone has been arrested for exactly this. In fact, in May 2019, Paul Crowther from Newcastle was also arrested and pleaded guilty to common assault and criminal damage, ordered to pay Nigel Farage £350 in compensation to have his suit cleaned after it was a politically motivated attack. Now, this is an opportune moment to direct you to a great X thread by the secret barrister talking about common assault and other sorts of assault and criminal damage in these sorts of cases, saying that it doesn't matter how much you dislike somebody, it is still unlawful to assault somebody nonetheless. So that's an interesting thread. I will link it right there. And this is exactly what this is about, because it is unlawful to inflict any kind of bodily force upon anybody else, which can amount to assault. If it amounts to a physical injury, that would be an actual bodily harm. If it's more than merely trivial, if it is a wounding and if it's grievous, then obviously those are more serious and separate offences. But also, if you throw a milkshake or anything else for that matter over somebody and requires their clothing to be cleaned, that then amounts to a separate offence of criminal damage. And there is a parallel civil claim alongside criminal damage to recover the cost of cleaning that suit because, after all, it's arisen after an unlawful act. And so, just as a reminder, however much you dislike somebody, it is unlawful to inflict any kind of physical harm on anybody else, whether it causes injury or not. It is sufficient, in fact, to just cause somebody to apprehend the immediate use of unlawful force, which can amount to common assault. As I said, I'll link that thread for you to read below as well. There is also interesting discussion over public order offences, which may come into play here. So we'll probably hear within the news what happens to this 25-year-old, whether she is charged, whether she pleads guilty, or whether she pleads not guilty and it heads for trial. So whilst neither the secret barrister nor I am passing comment on this specific case, save for the factual reporting of what's happened as I read it in Sky News, the law as it applies generally in these situations is very straightforward and is relatively settled. So as I say, I'll link the thread below. Go and have a read. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.